Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hello and welcome to my channel. I make videos lifestyle, motherhood, and just sharing my faith. And today's video specifically is going to be about motherhood. And my baby is only 6 months old, but I feel like in these 6 months I have learned so much that I didn't know before. And I'm making this video for the mamas that are soon to be or just had a baby, because I wish I had this video before I had a baby and I knew about these things and just these questions or these things that not everybody talks about, like the hardships. I wish that somebody was like real and honest with me and just threw it all at me instead of having to experience it myself. And it's kind of harder because you're a first-time mom. So I wanted to make this video and just share my journey. And again, these are all things that I went through and things that I struggled with. So I don't want to make it seem like this is for everybody. So the first thing would be breastfeeding, and that it just doesn't always work out the way that you envision it in your head. I feel like I was really naive to it, thinking I'm gonna go into this and like it's just gonna work and baby's gonna latch and I'm gonna do great and nothing's gonna hurt. And that really was not how it worked out for me. I didn't have enough milk for her. I had to go like half and half bottle, half breastfeeding. Then she got used to the bottle, and then my milk supply started going down, and it was just not how I envisioned it in my head, because I thought it just goes easy for everybody. And so I just wish that I didn't have this expectation of how I think it's gonna be, and somebody told me that it's not as easy as it sounds. That way I kind of would have prepared myself and not had such high expectations for me and baby. And so now my friends that are having babies, I'm telling them everything. I'm telling them like sometimes it is a struggle. It might not work out from the first time. I literally had to go to a lactation consultant that they gave me like a card at the hospital, and she was like looking at the way that the baby latched and seeing if there was something I could do differently or if like I'm not doing the right position. And then I had to watch like videos, and I literally found like a really good video on YouTube that I can link up here for you guys if you're struggling with this. And I feel like it helped me out so much because I literally did not know what I was doing. The next thing would be comparing my journey to other people and other moms, and just looking at what they're doing and feeling like if my baby's not doing what they're doing, something's wrong and I need to like catch up to them. Or my baby's always crying, their baby is not. What is wrong with my baby? What am I doing wrong? Why am I a bad mom? So that would just roam around in my head, and I wish that I knew to just delete all that. That's very toxic whenever you're comparing to like other moms. You're comparing your baby to other babies. Like everybody's different. Everybody's gonna develop differently, do things differently. And I wish that I just took that out of my brain. Like no comparison. This is my baby. She's a unique individual and she's not gonna do what those other babies are doing. And also the second that you give birth, you just get these motherly instincts right away. You get those instincts like my baby's hungry, I need to feed my baby. Or when your baby's crying, you already kind of know the cues and why exactly they're crying. And I know that God specifically gave that for us, and so there's no reason to be looking at other babies and comparing your child to them, because I feel like that's just not fair for your baby. And the next thing, which also goes along with motherly instincts, is involve your husband more. Like ask him for help, because God gave us these motherly instincts, but that doesn't really mean that the husbands always know what to do, when to do it. Like if the baby's crying, sometimes the husbands are like, what do I do with them? We have these motherly instincts where we know right away, oh, she's tired, she needs to sleep, she needs her diaper changed. And your husband can't really read your mind, even though I feel like as women we think that our husbands can read our mind. But you have to ask. It's what they are there for, to help us and to support us in this new season of life. And also, another thing is don't be afraid to ask other people for help, and family, friends. There's so many people that are willing to help, but maybe they don't know if you're ready for company yet or people to come over. And so you have to reach out to people, ask them for help. Sometimes you just need somebody to come over just for the support. Sometimes you actually need somebody to maybe cook a meal, fold your laundry. And I'm sure people would go above and beyond to do that if they're truly your friends or family. but you're the one that has to reach out, because again, people can't read your mind. And another thing I wish I knew is don't overthink everything. So before I gave birth, I was so scared of like, man, I'm not gonna get my sleep anymore. I'm just gonna be this like zombie walking around, and I know when I don't get enough sleep, I'm super crabby. I was so worried about overthinking that. Another thing was, already before I gave birth, I was thinking, how am I gonna go out with her? What happens if she just starts having a tantrum, a meltdown, and I don't know how to calm her down? And so that all stayed with me until after I gave birth, and literally for several months, every time I went out, I had such anxiety inside of me, and I knew it was because that was roaming around in my thoughts already so long ago. And sometimes she would start crying a little bit, and I just like freak out right away, and I'm like, what do I do? People are staring at me. I wish I knew that it's okay if your baby cries. She's a baby. People understand that, but it's you like internally in your mind thinking, wow, everybody's staring at me. They think I don't know what I'm doing, that I'm a bad mom or something, and you're creating that story in your head, and that becomes a reality that you think that's how people look at you. But in reality, people are probably like, okay, she's a new mom, I get it. And another thing would be, don't take everybody's advice. This day and age, there's just so much information being shared on social media, YouTube, like everywhere, and you could just get so bombarded in your thoughts with all these things like, do this, don't do this, you can't hold your baby too long, or you can't rock them to sleep because they're gonna get used to it, you can't feed them to sleep, make sure they don't have a pacifier in for that long, they're gonna get used to it, and then it's gonna be hard to wean them off. Like, so much information being thrown at you, you don't even know what to do. And then on top of that, like family members or friends are like telling you, do this, do this, do this. But like I keep saying, you're on motherly instincts, you know what's best for your child. It's your child, nobody else's. And yes, you can listen to that information and to that advice, but you don't have to accept everything. You don't have to take everything in. If you're doing something that's against what somebody told you, and maybe it's even like a trusted friend or a parent or somebody, that doesn't mean you're doing something wrong, because every baby is different, and some things will work for one baby and they won't work for your baby. So you just trust your gut and not let all these voices get to you. Another thing is just knowing your baby's not gonna be on a schedule right away, right when they come out the womb. They're not gonna be on that nap, eat, play schedule. Like, it's gonna be everywhere. It's not like 2 hours they're gonna nap and everything is just gonna flow. Like, I guess for some reason I had that expectation before I gave birth that everything is gonna go smooth. Since I am such a schedule person, I wanted her on a schedule right away. But the reality is, that's not how it works, and you kind of just have to follow the baby's cues. You can start implementing a schedule, but don't be alarmed or don't be disappointed whenever it's not working out on the dot how you think it's gonna be. And putting that strict expectation on your baby that just came into this world is really unfair to them, because they're also adjusting to this new world. So sometimes it just takes a little bit from you to just take a step back and let go of all that control that you think you have. And another thing is, whenever my baby was a newborn, putting her to sleep at night always felt like a struggle. It felt like she was just wide awake and I didn't know what I was doing wrong. And then I realized minimal lighting, especially like the night routine just starting, maybe turn on like a little yellow lamp wherever you're getting the baby ready, so it's not just like going from room to room, and just keep everything in one room, and change the baby to their pajamas and their diaper, and then feed them basically all in the same room so they know they're getting ready for bed. And I feel like that creates a cozier environment for them. All right, the star of the show decided to wake up so the rest of the video is gonna be filmed with her. She's just eating right now. All right, the next thing is something that you probably heard a lot, and it's sleep when the baby sleeps. But that is so true, and it's so hard sometimes because you're a new mom, there's laundry, you still have to cook, you still have to do life, but you also have to let yourself get that rest, because obviously at night you're going to be waking up several times and your body's not used to that. You've never done that before. And so during the day, at least one time, I would say in the very beginning, like the first month or so, just sleep during the day. I promise you, it will give you so much more energy. It'll help you out, and in general, you'll just be a happier mom because you'll be just a tiny bit more rested. And the last couple of things are putting your baby to sleep and your baby not sleeping right away, or taking forever to rock them to sleep, and they just do not want to go down, and it feels like they're crying for hours and you don't know what to do. And I know in the moment it seems so overwhelming and you're like, why can't you just sleep? In the beginning I was like, oh my goodness, how long is this gonna last? I don't know if I can keep doing this, rocking her for 30 minutes to an hour. But just know it will not last forever. Like right now she's 6 months and I put her down just as is and she falls asleep on her own. Enjoy it, enjoy while they're still in your arms and still wanting you to rock them, because now she just falls asleep on her own and I'm like, wow, she already just seems so big. I wish that in the moment I would have known it's not always gonna be like this. This is just a season and it's just temporary. And so what I want to finish off with is just give yourself grace. There's just so much that comes with motherhood. Even when people can give you certain advice, you will never be fully prepared for it. It doesn't come with an instruction manual of how to raise your baby or what to do, what not to do. But that's why God made us as mothers. He gave us instincts, and every single day He keeps giving you strength. Even when you feel like you're failing, even when you feel like you're doing something wrong, you're not as good as that mom, He gives you grace. So why are you not giving yourself grace? So just know that you are a great mom. You are amazing. You just did something so miraculous. You gave birth to a child. God has entrusted you with this child's life, and you are meant to be a mom. So do not ever take that for granted. So with that being said, that's all I had to share with you all today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys are leaving encouraged, and I love you all. You are doing great and you are a strong mama. And God bless you guys and each person that watches this video. And I'll see you guys in my next one.